Hello everyone, welcome back to Mindful Monday. My name is Brenda Campbell. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher and I'll be guiding you through the Zentangle Method journey to the end of our simple, basic Zentangle tile. So today we're going to use 3 tangles. It's actually 4, but that's because I always seem to add tipple in there somewhere. We are going to go ahead and follow the Zentangle method with our tile today. So we always start with step 1, and that is simple gratitude and appreciation. What we're going to do is take a couple of mindful breaths on your own, breathing in deeply and exhaling slowly. And as you do this, I want you to think of something you are grateful for right now. And don't spend a lot of time, just grab that first thing that pops in there. And then feel that gratitude as you think about this thing. And remember to breathe. And as we practice our tile today, and I hope you are drawing along, I want you to remember this feeling of gratitude and bring it into your practice. All right, let's move on to step 2, which is corner dots. And step 3, which is drawing a border by connecting those corner dots. And then step 4 is the string. And what we're going to use for the string today is a simple X in the center of our border area. And that's it. So for now, I'm finished with my pencil. I'm going to pick up my pen. I guess today I'm going to use a Micron PN pen. It has a little bit of a fatter nib. It's also plastic. So if you have a heavy hand like I do, then it won't break as easily. So our first tangle today is going to be flux. Now flux is an organic tangle. It has kind of a leafy shape to it. And I am drawing flux on one of these 2 center lines. And I'm just going to let it grow as it goes across the center of the tile. You can see I'm varying the size of my flux shapes. Adds interest, and I'm always looking for ways to add interest. This flux is just a simple vine, I guess, of leafy shapes that simply follow this straight line. I like flux as a pattern because it really adapts well to whatever line you want to follow. It doesn't have to follow a line, but I do find that I like it when it does. And I'm going to just cap this off. So this is like one long plant. Then I'm going to draw this line down the center. It doesn't touch the tip, but it does meet in the center. This line allows you to add some texture, some dimension. See, I can make my leaf look like it's really curved or bent even. And then I can go back in and add a little dot at the end of each one of these lines. If you have enough room, you can add 2. You can even add 3 if you have enough room. I have 2 here. So that's our flux. I'm going to leave it with that. The next tangle that we're going to draw is Marisu. Now Marisu is our little spiral tangle, and I'm going to go ahead and draw that. I'm going to draw that here in this area here, but it'll probably spill over there. So it starts with a spiral. This spiral kind of grows a little bit. That's okay. I think I'll keep going. Let's stop at the border. Yep, so I went ahead and filled in this whole triangle space there. That's okay. So the next step for Marisu, once we have our spiral, and it doesn't have to be a spiral, but it's always the best way, I think, to start out with this tangle because it looks so nice as a spiral. And then once you're comfortable with it, you can go ahead and use it on any shape. You can just make a nice long rope or a little curl with a rope. There's all kinds of things you can do with it. But today, we're just doing a simple spiral. And what we're going to do is draw some lines. And I like to think in terms of drawing pairs. Now, right now, they're all coming from the center. But that is about to change, and we'll change that here. And now we're just going to go around the spiral. And these curved lines give our spiral Marisu tangle some dimension because it kind of makes them look rounded, as if there were like a rope on a coiled up rope, or even a snake. So my sections got larger as I went around, and that's okay. Here. All right, so I have my first set of lines, and what I'm going to do is fill in every other one of these sections. Well, yeah, every other section with black. So I'm going to start with the tip. So got this nice little rounded section that we start with. And then I'm going to go every other one. Like I said, the ones towards the center where we began are much smaller than the ones are as we get out to the outer rings, but that's okay. I hope you're drawing along with me. And if you are, I hope you know that if you need to ever pause the video and catch up with me, it's perfectly fine. Zentangle is not meant to be rushed. you see that this section is black, just like our beginning section was. So there's no separation. I could have added a little stripe of white between them, but I think it's not going to matter, because once we add our shading, your eye will see the pattern and it won't think, oh, that's weird. It'll say, oh, look at that. And sometimes when I have a lot of area to fill in with solid black, if they're large sections, I might get out an even wider nib pen to fill them in, just so that they fill in a little faster. But I also know that just making these small circles and filling this section with solid black ink is also very relaxing, and you will get a lot of zen out of doing this. I always like to have at least one tangle on every tile that has some solid black, just to add some drama. There's nothing with greater drama than something that is solid black against something that is solid white. So these solid black sections really give our tangles or our tiles a lot more drama, and that adds interest, in my opinion. Sometimes if you press too hard with your pen, it actually stops the ink from flowing. So this is another thing I can practice when I'm doing tangles like Marisu with all this solid black. Just working on my light-handedness. outer sections here, it doesn't really matter which one is black or white, so you can kind of look at the row next to it, decide where you want to put your black and your white. That always takes the longest time filling these sections. So I hope you're still with me, and I hope you're being patient. And if you think this is too boring to watch, you can always fast forward till we get to the next section. Sections here of solid black. So if you're still with me, thanks for hanging in there. I have videos of all of these tangles, of just drawing this one tangle on the video. So if you're interested, they will be linked in the bottom. Okay, then there's one more step for this tangle, and that is to draw an aura around each one of these solid dark sections. And we're going to do it on both sides, but because I want to draw it next to the line underneath, that means I'm going to have to turn my tile, which is okay, to do the other side. I have to be careful in the centers here because they're much smaller and they go to a point. I'm just going to put one here. I don't have room for two. That's okay. Okay, now I'm going to turn it around and do it from this side. I find it easier for these ones that come to the point if I start at the outer edge. So that's what I'm doing. So if you like, you can add one more line that goes down the center between them. I will do this on the larger ones, but I will not bother with it on the teeny tiny one. Maybe just one, we'll see. Yeah, just the teeny tiny one. Okay, that's Marisu. Our last tangle for this tile is going to be Shattuck. And I'm going to put that in this side. And Shattuck is going to be a nice complement to these two tangles, because Shattuck is lots of lines. Straight lines are almost straight lines. So I'm going to go ahead and use my X pencil line. And I'm going to start with one line and then aura that line. Then I'm going to do another one parallel farther away with another aura. And then I'm going to do another one on the other side. Then I think one more towards the edge. Okay. So I'm going to start with this section here. And Shattuck, you start with a straight line. And then you aura that line. So when I start at the top, this is going to aura all the way to fill that space. And it's going underneath my flux. Then you draw another line. It's almost like a zigzag. And then you aura that line in the section going up to it. So it looks like this. Then you come back and do another zigzaggy line and aura that. And then finally, just filling in this one. Okay, now the next row, you can do it totally independent without considering this if you like. But if I'm able, I like to kind of do it in a mirror to the one next to it. Sometimes I don't have that option because my sections are different sizes and it just doesn't work out that way. But this one is large enough, I think it's going to be fine. Okay, and then I'm just going to do that. And like that. Okay, and then this one kind of be this whole section. Like that. Now we'll come over here. This little section here, and that's done. And that is Shattuck. So now I'm finished drawing. Oh, you know what? I'm changing my mind. I said I was going to add a little tipple. So we'll just add a little tipple here and there in these little corners of the flux. Not so much there. That's enough. That's a spackle and a tipple. That's good enough for me. Okay, now I'm done with my pen. I'm going to put it down, pick up my pencil again, and we're going to do some shading. And we'll start with a flux in the center, and I'm just going to put kind of a light layer of graphite running right down that center line where our X pencil line was. Then I'm going to come in with my tortillon. And I'm going to blend that out. And I don't add any more graphite because I have plenty here. And I just kind of push it out from the center. A little bit on the tipple that I drew, and that's good enough. There, so now I'm done with flux. It's very simple shading. Picking my pencil back up, we're going to shade Marisu now. Marisu is also nice to shade. Now I put a bit of graphite on this center, but I'm going to be careful not to put it over top of the black, because it won't make the black darker, it'll actually make it lighter. And we're drawing this, or adding the graphite on the spiral string area, which turns out that it is the area where the coils meet, or the rows meet, of Marisu. That's going to give it some dimension as well, make it look rounded like a coil. And I'm not skimping on my graphite. I'm adding a fair amount. And then I'm also going to add some around the flux leaves, because they're sitting on top of our Marisu. So we'll do that. Now blend all that out with my tortillon. Now this tangle is going to be the darkest where they meet. So I'm trying to keep that pretty dark and then just blend a little bit farther. that is our Marisu. And I really like the way this looks when it's shaded and you get kind of this little light section in the center. It's a bit of a sparkle or a reflection, a shine, if you will, but that's pretty cool. Okay, so our last tangle to shade is Shattuck. And I'm going to start by putting a line of graphite on one side of these straight lines that separate the sections. So that's where I start. Then I'm going to add graphite where the intersection, where the lines intersect. So on that zigzag line, that's where I'm putting it. I'm putting it underneath where it looks like the bottom row is going up underneath the row ahead of it, up or on top of it. I don't even know if that made sense, but we're going to go with it. So first I'm going to blend out the side of this bar, if you will. We drew these bars. Okay, now I'm going to go back in and these out. And I'm not being terribly precious or delicate with my shading, which is fine. I just like to enjoy the practice. Now, if you want, you can certainly put graphite on both sides of that bar in your Shattuck. But the reason I don't is because I think I have, well, let's just say graphite is best done in layers. So if I felt like it needed it, I could add it now. But if I add it to begin with and then I have too much, there's no way for me to bring it back. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more graphite on this side underneath the flux so that my Shattuck looks a little bit more like he's coming out from under. And hopefully this is not going to be too much graphite. Okay, and we're done with our shading. So now we're moving on to step 7, which is to initial and sign. So I need to find a spot for my chop. And I think I'm just going to have to put him down here next to my flux. But I'll do a little different version, my skinny version. There's my chop. Turn it over, sign it. And you can date it if you want. You can write your Tangles notes you like. And then you can sit back and admire it again. I hope you drew along with me, and I'd love to see your work if you did. I think that's all for this tile. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope, again, that you play along or tangle along with me and learn about the magic of the Zentangle method. And until the next time, be you and be happy.